the Chamber of Conscience and what does it mean to you?
The Chamber of Conscience is a philosophy. It's a group of guys that got together to network for a social cause, to get involved in local community activities. So it's not a charity, it's not a community interest company, it's not a business, it's just a philosophy of doing the right thing and giving back where you can.
Just coming off the back of that, how did you first get involved with the Chamber of Conscience?
The Chamber of Conscience. So the Chamber of Conscience was actually set up by myself and a couple of guys. There were senior level people in some very large corporate organisations who wanted to work together. So we got together and thought, well, with our knowledge of industry, knowledge of running businesses, we could actually let the guys in charities get on with doing the caring work, the really good work that they do and that they're best at. But actually we could use our experience and knowledge of running businesses to help support them. So it's actually helping support the carer, if that makes sense.
Working within the Chamber of Conscience and being one of the CEOs, what do you believe is one of the most important things about volunteering and giving back to the community?
Working with the Chamber of Conscience and the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, the Chamber of Commerce is a networking organisation that brings a lot of local businesses together. It's absolutely fascinating to see the faces and experience when people actually go out and volunteer. You actually get more from it yourself than what you're giving. It's an interesting scenario that you get there. And I've worked with lots and lots of individuals from very large companies that come out and do very simple things like helping do gardens up for some of the only people that live in our community. But it's not just the actual work that's important. It's actually the taking part and the connectivity that you give to the community, actually, of linking up with people and having a chat and having a discussion around what they're doing with their jobs, what they're doing with their work, and working with your colleagues outside of a traditional work environment. It's good for everybody. I mean, it's fantastic for your own mental health as well as doing a bit of good for the community.
Great. Do you believe people are doing enough for the community, or over the years we've kind of lost touch with the community spirit?
I'm quite vocal on this subject. So many years ago, I think it was Cameron said that they just wanted to start the big society. And actually, I think it's absolutely correct. It'd be fascinating if it was actually a government tactic to do this, but I don't believe it was. I don't think they're that clever. But actually, I think putting more responsibility on the individual to support their neighbours and their colleagues and their friends, and be thinking more about mindfulness, be thinking about looking after your neighbour and giving, as opposed to the reverse of that. Everyone just looking after themselves and getting what they can. I think it's improved society. So the big society, I think, has helped improve things, because whilst you'll hear a lot of people complaining that the council should provide this and the health service should provide that. There's more people in this country doing sponsored runs and cycles and walks and whatever it is now than ever before. And actually, that's got a knock-on effect. So we're actually looking after our own health. So that's got a knock-on effect, because everyone's becoming slightly healthier, whilst raising a bit of money for some of the causes that need it. So it's interesting, years ago when I set up a volunteering policy for my company of 150 people, when I asked people to volunteer, there was only about 20 that did on a regular basis. So in answer to your question, is to people doing enough, I think you can always do more. I think there's a lot of people doing a lot of good things, but people don't realise and recognise that it's actually a good thing to do. It's good for yourself. It's good fun. It gives you a sense of well-being yourself. It's doing good and feeling good, as opposed to just giving a fiver away, to a charity. You can actually get involved in it. So, long answer I've just given you. Short answer, no, people can do more. People can do a lot more.
We live in a day and age of instant gratification. Everyone's just all about getting things done instantly, feeling good about it. How do we engage the community to give back, or even just individuals?
How do we engage? Well, I think it's it sounds crass, but it's like it's just getting people out talking to each other and networking. It's been amazing. Some of the responses I've had when I'm doing it corporately is that you'll get maybe 50 or 60 people that are taking their afternoon off to volunteer for the community, and they actually start talking to each other and making friends and just changing the conversation. So there's lots of things like that are going on now. We're doing something with some corporates and colleges where we're doing walk, work, and talk. So we'll have someone from a corporate who's a senior level person that will be working alongside a student who might be looking to, get inspiration for their career. And actually they're walking towards, someone's garden on an estate somewhere that is an elderly lady that's in hospital and her garden's overgrown. And they get a chance to actually communicate and collaborate whilst doing a bit of good. So I think the engaging people is the critical thing, but it's got to be almost like team building, getting people out and getting people talking to each other. One of the things that we've done in Watford recently is we called it the Food Bank Friday. Is just getting people to knock on doors and get out there and ask if we can donate a tin of this or a bit of that. And actually that brought an awful lot of people together because people didn't realise what the food banks were and why they were so important.
It's about creating awareness. So I think final question, for National Volunteers Day, what message do you have?
Simple, get out and enjoy yourself. Do a bit of good, find someone that find something that you're passionate about. I think that's an important message, is that if you find something you're passionate about, and we've all been touched by something within charities that have helped some member of our family at some time or other. So find something you're passionate about, and don't be shy. Just go and ask them, what can I do to help? A pair of hands, or just a smile, or someone making a cup of tea can go an awful long way.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Chris.
No worries.